We're live. Welcome, everybody, to the Crossover Live. Tonight's show, we're going to keep to around the 60-minute mark, maybe go over a tad. So it's going to be a quick, fast one. And today is July 18th, 2025. Josh, do you have any mail days?
I have 2 mail days.
Let's go. I have none, finally.
What a loser. All
Yep.
right. 2018 Optic Contenders Optic. I used to hate this product, but I've grown to like it. It's like a shiny Contenders. It's kind of like Prism Deca, though. It's like a, still a cool card. 1-of-1. Antonio Brown. And then 2015 Topps Chrome Superfractor. This is the base, and this is the first one in the set. He has a variation as well, but this is the primary one. And everything they say about 2015 Topps Chrome Supers is true. It's kind of hard to tell it's a superfractor. It doesn't have the superfractory pattern very well defined, but nonetheless. Jamal Charles, sorry.
Love that. The football podcast will love that.
Yeah.
That's right up their alley. Congrats.
Totally.
Nice pickups. Some warm-up swings before the national, maybe. Can we say that?
Hopefully. Yeah, we were talking about that with Brett. I'm hoping to find some stuff. I'm thinking I'm gonna make some purchases.
Nice. That's awesome. Okay. Well, no mail days on this side and many questions. Should we jump in?
Let's go.
First question we have from Bro Incognito. Who is your not so obvious pick for NFL MVP for 2025? And I'll rattle off. I just grabbed these from NFL FanDuel Sportsbook. The top 10 by odds. So Lamar Jackson plus 500, Josh Allen plus 600, Patrick Mahomes plus 600, Joe Burrow plus 600, Jaden Daniels plus 750, Herbert plus 2,000, Hurts plus 2,000, Stroud plus 2,500, Purdy plus 2,500, Jordan Love plus 2,500. There's your top 10.
I'm going to be rooting for the Bengals this year, so let's just throw in the Burrow. That's pretty obvious, right? That's not so obvious, I guess, but who cares?
Yeah, that's pretty obvious, but honestly, the shortest odds being plus 500 means there really isn't a consensus.
True. Yeah. What's Burrow? 600?
600. Yeah. I mean, you've got 4 guys with 600 or shorter. So
yeah, basically equal odds.
Yeah, exactly.
What's yours?
Well, if I'm going to really try to stick to the not so obvious of it all, I think Jalen Hurts has a nice dark horse case. I think there's zero momentum for him to win MVP. I think there's a decent chance that the Eagles will have a dominant regular season. I think that if they do have a dominant regular season, and especially with kind of the focus on the tush push and how that play has been permitted to continue, that sort of the inevitability and the dominance of that play will become the contrast between every team that can't do it and the Eagles that can, and what's the difference? And Hurts is part of that calculus. And I just think coming off of a Super Bowl MVP, coming off of a dominant season, I mean, if we're talking not obvious, I think that's a not obvious pick of a guy who could really build up a momentum by the time the season is over, narrative-wise.
They have a tough schedule. That's my counter.
Yeah, it's a good counter. Like the schedule is everything. Like it really is.
Like nobody wants to talk about this, but Jaden Daniels had an easy schedule last year, and his schedule obviously gets a lot tougher. That's the beauty of the NFL, the parity. It's very well structured and organized where if you have an amazing season, your next season is going to be tough. So there's always this like new entrance of playoff teams every year because of this.
Yeah, I did. I agree. And like they lost a lot of guys in the offseason too. So
yeah,
that's the NFL, man. The NFL, you can be Super Bowl champ one year and like 8-9 the next year.
What about JJ McCarthy? I think he's underrated.
Compared to Mahomes, very underrated.
That was my favorite content of the week. It's like watching a good comedy movie. Someone in a video you sent me said that JJ McCarthy is the most underrated of the hobby. He's played 0 games.
He even hedged it. He was like, "Now I know he hasn't thrown a pass."
Is that a
Oh.
precursor to being underrated? I don't know.
Okay, that's great. NFL, man, it's coming.
Yeah. You
It's
excited?
coming. Yeah, what like a month? We're less than a month and a half away from the first like true regular season action.
No
How about?
way.
Oh yeah, we're
2
we're
months,
past
bro.
middle of July. No,
No,
like the
two
first
two months.
first week of September, right? Isn't that when we get going?
Oh, you're saying I thought you meant like, like August 17th.
Oh no, that would be 1 month. I'm giving it a month and a half.
Okay. We're almost there.
Yeah, we're getting there. We are really, really getting there. Okay. Next one from Bleecker Street Cards. What is your one desert island card in your PC?
What's this? Like I'm stranded with it and I have to look at it every day?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Is there like a waterfall card? I feel like you need fresh water because if you're stuck on this island,
Whichever card's plastic slab will be able to reflect light into the eyes of the planes flying overhead.
you need the kaboom, you need the explosion to draw the attention of the overhead planes.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I struggle with this question because my collection isn't a one card collection, you know. It's like it's kind of balanced.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't really have a
Oh,
good one.
we had more clever answers, anyways.
Yeah. All right, let's go to this next one from Art Connoisseur. Are card hustle bros just crypto bros that did not make it through the bear market? Oh, Cage has a great answer to the previous question. It's got to be one of those adult film cards. That's a real multi-purpose there. You're doing more than completing a set if you bring one of those. Completing a different set.
Why don't you explain why that would be an easy choice?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't come up with that. The Cage is down there.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you can ask him at the national.
Okay, well.
See, ask him if he, in Cage just for the educational purpose. Since Christina's interested, you can bring your PC of those and we can review that.
She needs the visuals.
All right, Christina's
Our,
first appearance.
that question, it just needs to sit for a second.
The card hustle bros.
Yeah, like it's true, right? That's what we're just supposed to sit with that one.
Yeah, yeah. Just let it stand on its own.
It's either crypto bros or like stock tip bros, gambling tip bros.
Yeah, I mean the cards weren't doing so hot during that bear market either. So,
Right.
and you know, and you want to know the best way to prove that is because look at how differently everybody in the hobby is behaving right now. Like there's so many signs that the market is bubbling and that the top is in, whether it's credit lines, whether it's bickering among collectors who, you know, so when everything's going well, suddenly like there's this crabs in a barrel thing that starts happening where everybody starts kind of bickering amongst each other and, you know, everybody's jockeying to sort of set the narrative for this era while things are exciting and hot.
The inning, describing the inning we're in. The new signal that I look for is very specific, and you're gonna like it.
Oh, give it to me! Give it to me!
It's a very specific signal. When you see this, you know that we're in the middle of the fire. We're in the middle of the boom, and here's the signal.
Let's go.
It's when there's a bunch of new YouTube content where it's guys buying like the most random cards at dealer cases that you see all the time for like $75,000, and you're just like, what is this stuff? Like these 4 cards here, I'm completing this purchase for this, Joe Burrow immaculate horizontal RPA and this Kobe Jordan exquisite auto for 130 grand. That's my sign.
I think that's the right sign. That's that. And there's always like this. Everybody kind of gets the same sort of genius ideas at the same time. Like especially new people who start pouring in. Like, oh, wouldn't it be cool to film content from a card show? You know.
Like, did you guys know that Exquisite is the best brand?
Have you guys ever heard of Carvin before? You guys got to look this guy up.
They're like walking around the show with him. I just discovered him. I'm the first guy.
Oh, it's great.
That's good. That's the other signal is like hitting on things we've all known for 10 years. That's good.
Yeah. Those those things come back around again. The one that I like have been noticing this week and today is just like the bickering, like when the market is down, there's just so much less bickering and everyone's just sort of um just kind of
You mean like
more subdued.
my way is better bickering, or what do you?
Yeah, like my way is better, or just like criticism gets louder and more like comfortable, and like like everybody has the thing that everybody has the card. I have it, you have it. Everybody has the card that they think is overvalued. And like when the market starts like really going up, then it's really time to be like, the story posts come out, and everybody's just like, this is too high, and everybody's right too. By the way, everybody's right. So I do like we've already been over every card is overvalued, but
You like get your popcorn and you're just loving it.
I really don't love it. It's not the content that I sign up for, but I understand why it starts happening, because everybody's just like kind of paying attention. Everybody starts getting nervous. I was talking to Mark Sweat 47 about this and like how he works in insurance and in risk mitigation. And I said like people really get like viscerally, physically sick from risk. Whether they're taking the risk or they see other people taking the risk, some people just really hate risk. And Mark was like, "Yeah," he's like, "I see that in my day to day. I see people get really bothered by risk." And I think something that happens is like we look across the hobby and we see things get really really expensive, and we feel a vicarious risk for the people who own those things, and it makes us nervous, and it makes us want to say something. I think that's a factor. What do you think about that?
I mean, I'm just as guilty as anyone. That's all I talk about the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Like it's just a sign of the top, right? It's like it's a funny, or that we're nearing it.
How's how's that Dunkin' Go Nuts graph looking?
Right, exactly. Dunkin' Donuts, $18,000 for a PSA 10 today. It was 8,000 last year, late last year.
But there's gonna be a guy in a video who's like, "Have you ever heard of these '90s inserts, bro? The PSA 10 pop is so low, they're undervalued."
We have a question about pop, and since you brought it up, let me just go to it now because it's more of a statement. Jeff Rose Jordan says, "Do we place too much trust in pop reports with regard to how rare a card is? We need to remember that for every one of us, online grading, consuming, content creators, etc., there are two or more collectors out there that have no idea we're doing all this. I hear all the time about insane collections that are almost completely raw. Since 1988, my dad has had two 1986 Fleer Jordans in pristine condition, barring the centering, and he never had an inkling about grading them. Obviously not saying that those are rare, but we hear all the time that anyone with a blank will certainly have it graded by now. I'm willing to bet that there are a good bit of raw copies of all 80s through 2000s cards out there waiting to hit the pop reports."
Yeah, that's a good point. We talk about how all the ultra modern cards, we see them on Instagram. We see everything come out of breaks, and all that stuff's getting graded. So the closer you get to today, the more stuff is graded right out of the packs. But the further you go back, obviously, the less.
Indeed. Thought that was a great point you made. Thought that was tied in nicely with what Jeff Rose Jordan was observing. Okay, from Cajun Cardboard, to get the blood flowing, explain a Pop 14. So now we have the Pop element again here. Kobe Kaboom PSA 10. Not sure what year this is. Selling
I'll
for
find it.
42,000. This may be from Alt's results last night. I'm not 100% sure.
I don't see anything.
I would prefer for Josh to address my question. Let the ranting begin. People aren't done venting about kabooms, and kabooms aren't done going up either.
It's probably from last night because we don't have it in our site yet.
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
Was it a gold at least?
No.
So a regular.
Yeah, maybe it's like the first year one or something.
I have the 2013 pulled up on my screen. PSA 10. It's a Pop 22, so it might not be that one.
Okay, yeah, it's not that one then.
I mean, it's obviously insane, dude. Come on.
Yep.
$42,000.
Just raising awareness here, folks.
Yikes.
Let's go to this next one.
So the gold is like 50 billion. Well, they don't have golds that year. Is that the thing?
Yeah, I don't think they have golds until 2018.
What's this story post you got here? intrigued.
Oh yeah, that's coming. Let's
All
do
right.
one more Kobe topic, also from the alt auction last night.
Okay, the Prism.
The Prism, courtesy of the great Eddie, who says, "Please discuss the 60K plus Kobe Gold Prism sale." Which is the 2014 Gold Prism. This is also an alt sale from last night.
That one I was already paid. It's already in Card Ladder. So
Oh wow.
we don't pull alt sales into Card Ladder until they're confirmed paid on their website. So like it'll say like pending payment or waiting for payment. We don't pull it into the site until it's actually paid. And the auction was last night, so whoever won is already paid for that one.
There you go. What do you say about this? I saw some people. I saw actually like 3 layers of discussion about this. The first layer was, "This is great. This is an all-time high. The Kobe market was down in 2022, 2023, 2024. It's bounced back in 2025." And then I saw other people saying, "Yeah, but Kobe Prism Gold's later year, Kobe Prism Gold's like 2015, 16, which is his last playing year. Those had sold for 150,000 during 2021." And what are those? Even if that's worth 60,000 today, it's down by more than 50%. So where do you land on this back and forth about what is this Kobe Prism Gold, this 2014 Prism Gold BGS 9.5 sale for 60K? Where do you stand on that?
I think it means the hobby right now is unquestionably on fire. That's what it means to me. I mean, I don't follow the Kobe Gold market too much, but I'm looking at some of these other high sales, and there was like a 2018 gold that sold less than a month ago for 30 grand, and so obviously the 2014 is an earlier year, but still double the price. I mean, MK was showing the Kobe index is still down quite a bit from its all-time high. That's not necessarily tracking all these like gold prism rare cards, but still a ways to go. But it does seem like a bunch of, I wouldn't call this a random card, but a bunch of cards are selling for 10K and up. If you just filter a card ladder by 10K and up and sort by date sold, you'll be amazed. There's so many cards.
Yeah, man. 10K is the new 1K. How about that?
Yeah.
Thanks, Federal Reserve. Thanks, thanks, budget deficit.
Yeah.
Thanks, big beautiful bill. And I ain't talking about Clinton.
Everybody is spending money. Everybody.
Yeah, money's just freaking life. Life is like that machine that you go inside of at like a convention, and it's just the money whirlwinding around you, just reaching out and grabbing as much of it as you can.
I was listening to a podcast about how the majority of Americans, younger people, they generate wealth from not producing or making anything. And I was thinking about that a lot. It's like there's crypto millionaires who literally do nothing. They sit in their bed and they press numbers on a screen, and all of a sudden they're they're millionaires. It's wild.
They just dreaming of the day when they can just put that Oculus headset on and just fade into Zuck's metaverse.
Whatever happened to the metaverse?
It was an idea ahead of its time, but don't worry, that's coming back soon. The way we're bubbling right now, everything's in play.
I should show you the screen share of 10K card sales.
Yeah, bring it up.
It's wild, dude. You'll just be like, what is this stuff?
Let's scroll through this.
Yeah, it's fun content.
I'm gonna bring it up.
Yeah.
I can look at cards all day long.
It's a lot of Caitlin Clark.
Well, let me get that tile view, bro.
I know. I got
now I'm the tile master.
We're both traders. Purists.
What the hell is that card with the helmet?
Dude, that's a Marvel card, bro.
Nice.
Ghost Spider.
Let me just stop while I'm ahead.
Do you know who James Wood is?
Isn't he an actor in Hollywood?
And a baseball player. Jaden Daniels Milky Way. What you know about that Milky Way, bro?
God damn, that is not NFL license, folks.
Look at this card. This is the winner of the day. Holy shit.
I'm going to give that to Christina for Valentine's Day.
You got her $11,600 Valentine's Day gift. This is $11,000.
Hey,
I
11,000 is the new 1100.
I mean, I'll take the cash. You could keep the card.
What? You don't want that?
No, there's better cards that I could buy
That,
for
that looks like a Valentine.
$11,000.
It looks like a Valentine's Day card I would have given you in 4th grade.
Can you read it out loud so the audio people can hear the ridiculousness of this card?
Yes, it's the 2024 Prism Monopoly WNBA Caitlin Clark insert Pink Millionaire Shimmer PSA 10. It is god awful on your eyes. There's pink, there's red, there's a lot happening. There's just a lot. It does look Valentine's Day ish though.
Is that a
So
1 of
you-
1?
Out of 5. You were shaming people for making fun of card stuff on story. Look at this thing, dude. Come on.
I am not shaming. I'm just saying it's a sign of the top.
Look at this thing.
Yeah. I
All right, let's
mean,
keep going.
it's pretty.
Oh, you missed this one, bro. Were you
Oh,
sleeping?
I saw it. I saw it. And I don't know who won.
Were you watching it?
Oh yeah, with great interest.
Oh, you should have won it. Or is that a kind of a wonky one?
No. Those are amazing. Those are that's the first one, depending on how you feel about the power deck. That's one of the first MJ 1 of 1 inserts.
Yeah, so why don't you
It's a
tell
really cool card.
like Josh asked the audio listeners what you're looking at.
We're looking at the 1998-99 MJ23 insert set. It's a 30 card insert set from 98-99 Upper Deck flagship. 30 cards, all MJ, and then they all have a 1 of 1 gold parallel.
Yeah, see, if I have a Pink Millionaire Shimmer, Caitlin Clark, or a MJ 1 of 1, I'm going with the MJ 1 of 1. Thank you.
Yeah. Yep.
Look, it's a lot of Caitlin Clark.
Yes, it is.
And this guy, Lamine Yamal.
Lamine James. Oh, there we go. There's a Kobe Kaboom.
Cade Cunningham, Panini Contenders Optic Gold. Awesome.
I just have to think the PSA 1010 is doing a lot of the lifting there, or it's just a PSA 10.
No, here's a LeBron.
Yep, I was watching that too. What did that end up going for? 14K?
16.
16. Like that.
Cool
card.
My favorite card ever. The Downtown Black Pandora Bo Nix. Let's keep going, dude. Questions. Let's go back.
We definitely could look at cards all night. All right. Next up, from Out of Wax. Would you rather dump all your cards at a show and have to start your PC fresh? Or take a swig of the case hit Kool-Aid and start buying kabooms in downtowns, but you get to keep your PC?
Would you rather dump all your cards at a show and start your PC, or take a swig? How many do I have to buy?
Yeah, that's a good question. Can you just go away with one?
And for how long?
Keep it. You're right.
If it's forever, I would start over.
Yeah, I think that's right.
If it's like a year, I would just suck it up.
This was the one topic that we had 2 questions on. Tops Now and Wookiee Hunter. First, Tops Now says, not the Tops Now, but an account called Tops Now says, what will the Brittany Hicks Tops Now card be worth? And Wookiee Hunter says, how much will Brittany Hicks's WNBA card shoot up now that she's famous? Do you know who Brittany Hicks is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Who is it? Tell me who it is.
She's a 4-time All-Star. Dude, that was such a good monologue.
Dude, that joke just was you so hard. That was just that joke reminded me of your humor quite a bit.
His humor style is definitely my humor.
Yeah, it was good.
So, for all of those who don't know, and there's someone in the chat who's already asked, so Shane Gillis, the comedian, hosted the ESPYs this past week, and he roasted everyone. And at one point, he showed a woman who was in the audience, and he said, give it up for Brittany Hicks, who 4-time and WNBA All-Star, who's here tonight. Everyone started cheering for her. And he starts laughing and he says, "I'm just kidding. That's my friend's wife. I knew you guys didn't know who WNBA players were." So, yeah, he caught them all, just like he said he was going to.
After we got
Dude.
these two questions and I went to look if there actually was a Topps Now card, there's not.
There should be, like, but it's probably like the WNBA and the professional athletes would get pissed about it.
Dude, is comedy back? Are we back?
I think we're back. But like it was very Ricky Gervais hosts an award show like esque where he was just roasting them. But I mean, if they can make a card, if Topps Americana can make a card of Kanye stealing the mic from Taylor Swift when she won an award, I think they can make a card about this girl, like, and Shane Gillis making everyone think she's a WNBA 4-time All-Star. Just saying.
All right, let me get to the next question here. One of the topics of the week from Drake's PC. Please discuss your thoughts on the autograph scandal that came to light this week. Additionally, does this have any effect on pack pulled autographs or in-person autographs? So I asked the great ChatGPT to summarize it for me, and I'm going to give you the bullet points. Brett Lemieux, 45, this is from ChatGPT, founder of Mr. Man Cave, a large online sports memorabilia dealer, admitted in a 1,200-word Facebook confession that over the past 20 years, he sold more than 4 million fake items, raking in over $350 million. He used forged hologram stickers from companies like Fanatics, Panini, JSA, TriStar, Mill Creek, and GT to legitimize forgeries, according to his confession. He admitted to flooding the market with 80,000 counterfeit items after Kobe's death in January of 2020, created fake auto pens, and even claims of perfected signatures using machines. Warehouses were raided by the police and FBI, and they contained between $500 and $700 million worth of forged items. A raid took place on July 15th at a warehouse on South Park Drive in Westfield, Indiana. At the second site that got raided, the follow-up raid, Lemieux was found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound on July 16th. He posted his confession shortly before his death. His Facebook account and the post have since been removed. Authentication experts like Steve Grad of Beckett called it one of the biggest forgery rings in history, saying the extent will blow away Operation Bullpen. Andy Albert of Indy Card Exchange warned that this could devalue genuine autographs, including those from athletes like Tom Brady and Kobe. And then I asked a follow-up. Speaking of Drake's point, I said, are pack-pulled sports cards implicated? And how about in-person autographed sports cards? And GPT says there's no indication that pack-pulled sports cards, that is, cards obtained directly from sealed hobby boxes, are involved in this scandal. This is not a case of counterfeit cards, doctored grading, or recut seams. The issue here is strictly around forged autographs and fake hologram stickers on sports memorabilia, including jerseys, balls, photos, and yes, autographed cards as well, but only those signed in person or purportedly to have been signed in person with counterfeit signatures. There's the recap.
Where was the post made? His confession?
It was in a Facebook group.
Which one?
I think, I don't know. I saw it when it was live. Is this called like autographs or something? Something to that effect? I could ask GPT if you really want to know.
Because I saw it in Sports Card Nonsense, but
I saw it reposted there.
Got it. So this was definitely in the memorabilia space, right? Like
Yes.
That's kind of what GPT told me as well.
Yes, it is. Oh, look, GPT is doing that thing where it's going to let me test two different responses. The confession was posted in the Autographs 101 Facebook group.
Got it.
Yeah, I just pulled it up.
Dude, so a lot of people were talking about how, he was exaggerating the numbers, but you just said that the report from the police found $500 million. Isn't that
500 to 700 million?
And he was claiming he had already sold about 350.
Yeah, over a period of many years. But he was just sitting on the mother load.
But if he's exaggerating the 350, let's say, then he'd been sitting on a vast majority of it and slowly leaking it out and had this big grand plan. But still, like 500 to 750 is a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Jordan says 500 million, dude, retire. And he kind of talked about that in his post, and he was just like, he was addicted to the high of free money that he was able to get away with for so many years.
So the post itself, I'm looking at, someone took screenshots of the post, and it says that he said that they produced holograms and cards and sold over 500,000 counterfeit Panini items.
Mm-hmm. You're not trying to override GPT, are you?
No, I'm just trying to tell you that GPT might be doing that thing where it sometimes like makes things up or doesn't fact check itself.
Why don't you
Well,
ask it?
the Panini side was still like autograph authentication stuff. It wasn't cards. That's what GPT
Yeah.
told me. That's
Yep.
what they said. GPT was like, we see why you might think it's sports cards involved because of the Panini inclusion, but Panini still does, memorabilia stuff.
Lots of it.
So, like, to me, this is like, I hate to rain on the parade, but it's just like another reason to be very careful with memorabilia versus
Right.
cards.
I mean, isn't it like every summer now we find out something about memorabilia that everyone's just like, wow, like someone just tried to scam everyone into thinking that that was an authentic piece. So
Right.
glad I collect cards. Like, it's literally like, I feel like maybe it's not actually, but it seems to be every summer we hear something.
What
Yeah.
percentage of your guys's avoidance of autograph cards is because of not this specifically, but just like the general risk of memorabilia stuff?
None.
0. I just don't like the way they look.
Yep.
Okay, just curious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
None.
that there might be a way that you could like design the card where the autograph is a component of the card but doesn't take over the overall design of the card, but no one has mastered that yet. So until
Well,
they make like a good looking card that's autographed, I have no desire to own one.
I have a hot take for you.
Let's go.
If we found out that like all the Mahomes RPAs were somehow this, I don't think it would decrease the value much of it at all. We already know, like we found out all the patches were fake and nobody cares.
Which patches? You mean that during the pandemic, companies started putting Dick's Sporting Goods patches in, and it didn't affect the value?
It actually like made NT more popular than the other. Like nobody cares about that. I mean, it obviously like it would affect it more than the patch side of it, but like the autograph is part of like the design of the set of the card more so
Right.
than like, hey, I've got Mahomes' autograph.
Yeah. I think that's a good take. That you can show how much value an autograph adds to a card by just looking at all the in-person versus base version comparisons on a grade for grade basis. Sometimes it doesn't add any value at all. Sometimes it adds a few $100 of value. In a very rare instance, it'll add a few $1,000s of value. But it's certainly not, making the difference between in any substantial amount when we're talking about Mahomes RPAs or whatever. Now, I agree with your point that that the observation you're making, but I mean that would solidify that I would never touch a Mahomes RPA personally for me as a collector.
But you found out the patches are fake.
What do you mean? Which ones?
Just like the patches aren't game used, or like there's been patch swapping, so like it's compromised a subset of patches that are out there, and people seem to not really care about that.
Oh, I cared about that quite a bit. I hate patch swapping. I if I owned a patch swapped card, I would undo the purchase and help the person who sold it to me trace it back to whoever swapped that patch if possible. So I do care about that. I don't care about game used as opposed to rookie photo shoot. I think there's a sneaky argument that rookie photo shoot is just as cool as game used. But the Dick's Sporting Goods stuff, I wouldn't collect any of that either. And I do think that patches are ornamental as opposed to meaningful on any like high level. I think it adds a little bit of value, but not a ton. But still, I wouldn't do it. Me personally, like, would you buy? Like, how would you feel about buying a totally non-associated patch?
If it's like part of the set that I like and it looks cool, I guess it doesn't bother me that much. I definitely wouldn't want the patch swap stuff, and I wouldn't want the autograph to be auto penned by a machine for
Yeah.
sure. But like, I guess it's more the intent that's going through versus the point I was trying to make is like, if they told us, hey, we're coming out with these new Mahomes design cards and they're going to be autographed, but it's not him that autographed it, people would still buy them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Cage
more
kind
it's
of.
more of like the deception of it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Well, Cage says that there are digital autos on the Panini blockchain, digital autos selling for thousands of dollars. That's not a real autograph. There's a case study in showing how, I do think that the idea that a small piece of game used memorabilia or an autograph or a small piece of event worn memorabilia is the differentiator in value. It's easily demonstrable that it's just not.
Yeah.
Yes, Christina.
Well, I want to put on our tinfoil hats here for a second before we close this subject and ask, like, what we know about this mysterious death and like this confession, because to me something here reeks. Like, were there partners that got mad that he confessed on Facebook? Like, because what's going on?
Yeah, let's let the investigation unfold.
Yeah.
You want the memorabilia files released?
I mean, I think that we shouldn't just delete them off of Facebook and pretend like that post never happened. People have screenshots of the post. Like, so why did they delete it?
Who deleted it?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Zuck.
Who deleted it?
Or
Zuckerberg.
they edited a few minutes of footage out of Lemieux, and he's actually alive somewhere, and he logged in from a remote location and deleted it.
Dude, 500 million?
Like, what was he doing living in Indiana? Just like living there.
Whoa, we taking shots at the Hoosier State now?
No, I'm just saying, like, what was he doing? Like, what was his day-to-day life like? Like, where was he living? What did his house look like? He made $500 million off
None of
of
your
fake
business.
shit. Yeah, I want to know.
I have a question. How did the memorabilia community not notice this influx of volume over the last few years? We would have noticed it immediately in the card space. Like, oh, that's weird. There's like 700,000 new Tom Brady autograph cards that I've never heard of.
I don't know. I'm not in that community. I cannot tell you.
Get your shit together, guys.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what the fallout amounts to. But I think oftentimes the predictions of demise in these situations are almost always overstated. So we'll just see. We'll see how it goes. From Katie 35 cards, which is better, an XRC or a true RC from their first pro year?
True RC, but that's an opinion.
The XRC is a term that got really redefined in the last 20 years or so.
Yeah.
It used to mean an extended release, not necessarily a card that was pre-rookie year. I think the real term isn't XRC, but PRC, pre-rookie card. And I think there is a specific situation where a pre-rookie card, if it also is the player's first card ever, can be interesting, but especially meaningful. And if they just have like one XRC, like the select XRC, quote unquote, or the finest XRC, that can be pretty neat too. Just like one card that just predates their pro debut by 1 year. That's kind of like a bookend on the bookend, kind of like you can have like the first card after their playing years conclude, which sort of documents their last season. Well, you can kind of have the PRC or the XRC, which sort of predates. That's the one that's most closely to their pro years on the other end. But I'm certainly more of a true RC guy myself as well, as a matter of opinion. You ready for this story post from the Wharf?
Yes, you have me intrigued.
This was the Wharf shared this to his story, and then he DM'd it to me and said, if you guys would like to talk about this in the crossover, please feel free. So I'll read what he said. It's a little bit long. Here is from the Wharf's story post, the Wharf Sports Cards. When you come across a record high sale post from an auction house, the first thing you need to figure out is who owns the bigger parallels of that card, and or who might be financially motivated to put a public comp out there for that card that's way higher than the last sale. There are a lot of people with a lot of money in this space trying to manipulate you in this very way. Ask questions before you ever accept a sale as being legitimate. Be skeptical and get the answers to the questions you have first. I say this about our own record high sales all the time. The first thing I do is question it, or at least consider what people out there would be financially motivated to see that card sell publicly for a record high. If you aren't sure about a sale, it's safer to assume it was an anomaly as opposed to a new price for that card. Stay safe out there, folks.
Follow the money.
Follow the money.
That works really well in government and probably sports cards.
I don't see why not. Cui bono? Who benefits?
Yep. This is a great story post. Well said, Nick.
Yeah. I'm trying to find a little. Okay, this is from a blog on real estate that I read from time to time. A little quote here that I think is on the nose. So this is in the context of real estate. The author says the following: if we're trying to be nuanced in our comprehension of value, we should understand that one sale does not make a pattern. Multiple sales are needed to create a pattern, and a pattern is how we should value real estate. A good example is a sale that occurred many years ago in Door County. This is in Wisconsin. Judith Blazer, who's a famous actress, built a massive home there, and she sold the home in 2005 for $20 million to a buyer from California. $20 million. That home sale at $20 million far eclipsed any other residential sale in the state, both at that time and for nearly the next 20 years. Did that sale propel Door Counter into a $20 million valuation frenzy? Of course it did not. That $20 million home resold in 2015. What do you think it resold for 10 years later?
10 years later, like 2 million.
5 million.
2.7 million.
I saw this post. I cheated.
Nice. Did one sale create a pattern, or was it an outlier of outliers that was treated as such by the market? And I thought that this was kind of on point.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I like what Publius says here. The call is coming from inside the house with many signs of these warnings.
I actually know what he's talking about. I'm not prepared to say it publicly.
Okay.
I know exactly what card he's talking about.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I mean, and there's so many nuances to this too, because there's almost like this thought that, like, well, if it got paid for, that's a silver bullet. If it got paid for, it got paid for. But even something getting paid for, I think that's one of the things that Nick is pointing out here, is that even if something gets paid for, that doesn't make it a true arm's length transaction. Something getting paid for can be done for the purpose of setting a comp rather than a pure desire to add an item to a collection. So I don't know. I don't have a ton to add to that. I think this is a great skeptical approach to have, especially when the market is really high like it is right now. Anything else?
Nope.
Next up, from Mostly Soccer Cards, what has surprised you about the current state of the market going into the National?
Just how on fire everything is.
Yeah. Have we ever had a National with this much froth?
Yeah. Yes, 2020. The one that you and me went to in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Post-COVID, the first post-COVID one. Yes, that was froth central.
Yeah, it was. You're so right. That was very frothy. What happened after that? What's next?
It was pretty frothy going into the AC the year after, so it held for a while. Do you remember just like looking at deals happen at that 2021 Chicago show and just in awe of all the 60,000, 70,000, just insane, really high, crazy stuff. We're going to see it this year. That's happening this year.
And there's just going to be some like dumb sales on the floor, basically, that get produced into YouTube clips.
Dude,
like,
go on YouTube now. There's insane deals happening. If you guys go to YouTube and just start searching content creators that are doing deals at shows, there's some big time sales happening.
Yeah, and I just don't think there's a full appreciation for how nutty prices got on fringe stuff in 2021. James Harden NTRPAs out of 99 were selling for $100,000. Just think about that. James Harden NTRPAs out of 99.
So you think that this time around we've cut out some of the ridiculous edge case fringe stuff and consolidated it more centered, or is it different stuff this time? Caitlin Clark, Lamine Yamal, is it different stuff?
Yeah. Different toilet, same shit.
You don't think it's just like 5% smarter?
It could be. I don't know. What do I know? I don't know anything. I'm just watching things happen, but
yeah, I'm just you can't like measure this. I just am curious because it's like maybe less, base prism soccer World Cup cards for PSA 10s and maybe just like a little bit less of that and a little more of the higher end stuff. I don't know.
It doesn't end well, and it can't end well.
Well, you were pointing out the all-time high sales of fringe categories and how that doesn't hold up. You're still seeing that or no?
Oh, yeah. So something that happened about a week or two ago, a private sale was announced, the first ever UFC card to go into six figures, which on the one hand is a great moment for UFC cards that sort of they gain a new level of solidification. And it wasn't of like a Mount Rushmore level UFC guy. So a UFC card sold for $101,000. It was a Prism Black 1 of 1. I can't even remember who the guy was, and I'm no expert in UFC. But that was the first time that something like that happened. And then I was comparing that to, and I said, when an emerging or an up and coming category starts to set new category wide highs, and so that was a category wide. No UFC card had ever been that high. So a category wide high. That also happened with F1 in 2022. So all of a sudden, out of nowhere, F1 starts racking up six figure sales, which is a moment of a milestone for the category, and F1 cards still sell very well, and there are plenty of high F1 sales. But the number of F1 six figure sales, I think it was 8 in 2022, and then it was like 2 in 2023, and then 2 in 2024, and then like 0 in 2025. It was something, I don't remember the numbers exactly, but it was something along those lines. And so I noticed a pattern that's sort of like when the market is really frothy, really bubbling, really hot, that sometimes you get people like really pushing up and taking big swings in emerging categories like F1 or UFC.
And then there was those two Carlos Alcaraz tennis cards that sold for $225K just a couple weeks ago.
Exactly right. That's the perfect example. So here's what I said exactly. I found the tweet. I said category all-time highs, especially six-figure ones in emerging sports card genres, were roughly correlated with the market-wide peak of 2021 and 2022. For example, there are 12 public six-figure sales of F1 cards. In 2022, there was 8. In 2023, there was 2. In 2024, there was 2. In 2025, there has been 0. So, prior to 2022, we have 0 F1 six-figure sales. All of a sudden, we get 8. Then it goes down to 2, 2, and then 0. So
let's rapid fire. Let's go.
Black Hat Card says, today I saw an eBay listing for an out of 10 Luka Gold with a first pulled description in the title. Is, quote, first pulled the new eBay 1 of 1. If anyone on the crossover still purchased out of 10 cards, what would be the premium you would place on first pulled? And also, what inning of eBay 1 of 1s are we
in? 0 and 9.
How does he even know it's the first pulled?
He doesn't. Dude, since we started this live, there's been a Caitlin Clark $10,000 auction and a Contenders ticket auto out of 10. Yeah.
That's awesome that you're just like watching those come in.
It's my favorite page in the hobby. 10K plus, date sold, sort. I just love it.
Nice. So all right, let's go. USMNT Soccer Card says, what inning are we in? See, there's so many signs at the top, right? First of all, the return of the inning metaphor is a sign of the top.
Yeah, but that's our audience. That
is our audience. But then the previous question.
No. Wait. I heard, I think it was Jeremy Lee's show. One of the guests said,
talking about innings.
Talking about what inning they're in for.
The inning is back.
Yeah, so it wasn't. It was last Saturday night. It
What
wasn't
inning
just
are we
us,
in?
and it wasn't the person who said it was not like a crossover regular who like we see in the chat or anything
Don't
like
go away
that
yet.
either.
Oh no, you froze. Don't go away. Don't go away.
Okay.
What inning are we in, Christina? Pick one. You
I
have
didn't-
to pick an inning. Gun
What
to your
like
head.
over?
Squirt gun to your head. No,
Whoa.
real gun. Pick an inning. Pick an inning or you die. Recite a Joe Budden verse or you die. Pick an inning.
Joe Budden?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
That's I was on a Facebook meme hole, real hole, and I saw a funny video where some guy was like, recite a Joe Budden verse or you die, and the guy didn't know a Joe Budden verse, so he died.
What is Joe Button?
He's a
Joe
bad rapper.
Budden? You don't know Joe Budden?
No.
Pump it up.
Yeah.
Christina, what inning or you die?
For the whole hobby, like what are we asking?
You
not-
don't get any clarification. You have to pick
like
a number.
7th inning stretch.
7th inning. Chris, there you heard it first on the crossover.
We're on a
Christina does not know who Joe Button is.
I don't know who's button, like a button on your shirt.
Here, I'll get a picture of him. Oh, he's old now. I guess that's not surprising.
Let me
Wait.
bring Josh up. Hold on.
Pump it up.
There he is. Look at
Dude,
him.
when I played Madden 04, I turned off every song except that song.
I don't know what this is.
Pump. We can't play it
don't
on
know
there.
what this is.
We'll get
struck.
deplatformed.
We'll get copyright struck. Okay. So
All right,
I just want to point out.
Yes. There's a correct answer here.
Okay.
It's third.
The third inning.
Yeah, because last time we did this iteration, it was always second, and now it is officially the third inning.
Okay. I can't argue with that. Good
Yeah,
answer.
it makes sense. Yeah.
All right. So USMNT Soccer Card says, what inning are we in regarding essay length in descriptions on sports card posts? Or particularly, he's saying the descriptions are the length of essays. Where did this phenomenon begin? Are we destined to be plagued by this forever, or is there an end in sight?
It started when ChatGPT came out. You've been busted.
I went to his page, and his item descriptions aren't the shortest either. But
you got.
I don't know. I take no issue with long posts because I just don't have to read it. And to be completely honest, I very, very, very rarely read the post. I usually just look at the card. If I like the card, I'll give like a like or maybe even a one-word comment, and that's as far as it goes.
I read every word of every piece of content that Spinatron puts out.
Dude, there are some people who do read. I'll read Spinatrons.
All right, the next one is good.
Geechee Cards. Regarding last week's conversation of Pokemon pop counts versus values, is some of it the fact that there aren't multiple products and hundreds of parallels like there are with sports? I don't collect Pokemon, so forgive my ignorance.
Oh, yeah. Great point. But they do come out with a lot of sets. They do have a lot of Charizards. There's always people that complain in the Pokemon space. They're like, how many times can you make a new Charizard? And they just put Charizard in every set. Not every set, but they put them in a lot, and people complain about it because they always sell well. So they're guilty of some of the same stuff, but overall they have way less cards for sure.
From Perimeter Collectibles, if Michael Jordan had a 24 karat gold insert from Fleer Brilliance, where would it rank for you among his best inserts? It would be very, very high. He doesn't have hardly any inserts that are as rare as the 24 karat golds those are out of 24, right?
Yep.
He doesn't have any that are quite that, or very, very, very few that rare. I mean, the Molten Metal Fusion Titanium is out of 40. That's an insert, very low, but it's really, really tough to find an insert that's that low. Except we just saw a one-of-one Michael Jordan insert from the same year that Fleer Brilliance, that MJ23. There's 30 of those. So even if you say that's not a one-of-one, it's a one of 30. Those are still quite rare. But yeah, it's very difficult to see an insert that would be as rare as that. It would rank very high. From Redhead Cards, please discuss the PSA set registry backlog. PSA wants us to collect, but it's a 3+ month backlog for a request to the PSA set registry. Any thoughts on that?
What's a set registry backlog?
Okay. I actually know the answer to this because I've once requested a set be added and they couldn't do it because the way I wanted it to be added was not the way that they currently have their model set up. So like I wanted to put together the 2020 Prism set, by like rainbow set. So anyone could put together their player, but like it's a set. But anyway, okay. So the way that it works is like they have the different sets on set registry and they have to manually build them. So it takes a long time because the team has to sit there and like manually enter every single card in a set. So when you request a set, there's a backlog because someone has to sit there and like catch up
Thank
to
you.
where you are.
Thank you for that. The PSA set registry team thanks you for that. But I also think the set registry team is grateful to hear that people really want to get their requests in, and that I'm sure they're working as quickly as possible to get that backlog under control. Okay, up next from Drake's PC. What are some examples of cards that are iconic but also collector cards? How does a card become iconic but not collectible? Similarly, how does a card become iconic and a collector card? Josh, does not admit of a lightning round, but do you want to say anything?
I didn't prepare for this one.
Yeah, this is tough. This is very nuanced.
We're very
It involves
not
sort of
good
like a
at
Nash matrix of like
yeah.
is iconic but is not collectible, is iconic is collectible, is not iconic.
My
All I'm
Venn
gonna
diagram skills are being put to the test.
all I'm gonna say, Drake, is that the box that I enjoy the most right now, pause, is collectible but not iconic. That will be the extent of the answer. From Jake's Sports World, you guys are avid Luka and LeBron / Lakers collectors and fans, and I am a Cavaliers collector and fan. What are your thoughts on LeBron returning to Cleveland to finish his career? Also, knowing how fond you are of Deca, I saw the LeBron Prism Deca Black Shimmer 1/1 sold at Fanatics Fest. There's a nice frothy sale pre-national for over $54,000. I need your reactions. Thanks. See you in Chicago.
That was actually the sale that I was thinking of when I told you the story of seeing videos of what the heck are you guys buying for $50,000.
Nice.
Can I just clarify that?
Can you just let my Australian accent cook? Nice.
Nar. Nar. That was my Australian accent. Nar. That means no in Australian. Yeah. Anyway. Nar. None of us are Lakers fans, guy. Like,
she
my guy.
disputes the premise. Guy.
We're
my
all.
guy.
Oh, dude, I got a DM that literally said, "You buying my guy?" It was awesome.
Oh, I have to hold on. I have to shout out someone.
No, you do not.
Yes, I do.
All right, but I will allow you, but you do not have to.
But
you think we're in the 7th inning?
I didn't know what we were talking about.
But still, give your shout out.
I want to shout out to Noah Collects Soccer, who was the first one to DM me on the Card Ladder Instagram account with a my guy.
Excellent.
And then they continued to flood in through the rest of the week. So thank you to our crossover listeners who thought it would be really funny to troll me all week with sometimes just a bro. Like I got a couple that were literally just bro. And I was like, okay, I know what you're doing here.
Thank you. All right, we have about 2 minutes left until we're at the hour.
I want to just say that,
no.
I want to say that we're player fans, not Lakers fans.
Right. Oh, yeah. Do you want to reply to anything else about, like, do you care if LeBron goes back to Cleveland?
I would prefer that team Card Ladder sticks together.
Yeah, I like that too. I like us all rooting for the Lakers.
And I can't stand Donovan Mitchell. So I had to get in that last little random shot.
You know what I'll say though, Josh?
Strays are my favorite.
Cleveland has the largest Slovenian population in the U.S., so maybe Luka and LeBron can go there together. Yeah.
I saw a picture that they're on not First Take, the one that Nick writes on. They were talking about something in regard to this because LeBron's like, I want out or whatever. And they're like, well, the Lakers are saving money for the 2027 offseason. It had a picture of Luka and Jokic in Lakers jerseys. And I couldn't even send it to you guys. You'd be too excited.
I don't want those two teaming up. My odds are increased if they're on different teams.
Which I think it's so stupid. No, your odds actually increase if they're on the same team because they would be the best duo to ever play basketball.
Listen
Who
to
wins
this.
Finals MVP? Who
Yeah, exactly.
wins
That's a
I
Finals
problem
don't
too.
MVP?
care.
I
I
do.
don't care
Oh,
I do.
because no,
Uh,
because it would be one of them. Like it
here's
would
the deal.
always be one or the other, so it wouldn't matter to me.
Denver hired JJ Barea as a coach of their basketball team and Jared Dudley. Denver is definitely thinking they have a chance to use this little Barea piece. I mean, they would hire Dirk Nowitzki if he would let them in a second. They think they're going to get Luke in free agency.
I think they could too. I think Luka's very pissed.
I think that Luka is watching how the Lakers are treating LeBron. And if the Lakers show LeBron loyalty, then Luka will show loyalty to the Lakers. But Luka wants to feel that the Lakers are going to be loyal to players, and they're not going to do a Dallas Mavericks and trade him. So I think he's watching how they treat LeBron very closely.
I will also say that he not only do the Nuggets have Jokic, but they also have Kanjar.
No, he's out.
Since when?
Since like last week.
Oh.
He said his goodbyes. All right. Do you want to do any more? Goodbye.
National FOMO. Last one.
Soul Tough says National FOMO.
Two more. Jake's on the screen.
Okay, National FOMO has put me on an eBay and Instagram buying bender. Should I continue the buying spree through National Weekend and just rage through it? Or should I stop buying as the National starts, sort of as a prolonged moment of silence for my hobby loss? I mean, this guy is tortured by missing the National.
Yeah, keep it going, my friend. Keep buying. This is we've talked about how like sometimes some of your favorite cards that you're looking for come up right before National just to torture you and make you make tough decisions. But this person is not going, we're saying, right?
Correct.
Yeah, keep buying then.
Keep buying, dude. All right, from 90s B-ball cards, can you share specific shoes that you have enjoyed wearing to the National? Brands and models. I didn't even know shoes had brands and models. Oh, I guess like you have the Nike Air Force One. The brand is Nike. The model's Air Force One. Got it.
Dude, these companies aren't going to be paying us money. Why should we sit here and shill for free?
Oh, Christina approves.
These goddamn, overseas produced shoes. Get out of here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Zag. Here's the Zag against shoes. These shoes were made by slave labor, folks.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, child slave labor is making these plastic shoes you're putting on your feet go barefoot.
Barefoot. The barefoot movement has been unleashed.
I actually have barefoot shoes. Should I wear them?
Yes.
They'll be very painful. My feet will be painful.
Oof.
No, you just come to the card letter booth has 1/2-inch padding under the carpet, and we have seats. Plenty of seats.
Do we really have 1/2-inch padding?
Yeah, I got.
Learn to walk on all fours,
dude. That is the best part. That's the best news I've heard. That's just like
cool. It's good.
That's awesome.
That's real good.
Is it made of plastic?
I don't know what it's made of. I think it's foam.
I'm just kidding.
Probably everything's out of plastic.
When we're done, they're just gonna chuck it to that island.
No, they reuse it.
Trash island. Let's go.
They reuse it for like the next company who is stupid enough to pay for it.
Just wear socks. That's the answer to this question. Please cover your toes. That's my only thing.
Or get a pedi.
Or yeah, sure. Just have nice looking toes. Fine.
Yeah.
Manicure them toes.
That's called a pedicure.
Sorry. All right.
Manicure, mandible.
Hannibal Lecter?
He's pretending like he doesn't know. Like he didn't just get one.
He knows.
Guys, I obviously don't know the difference between a pedicure and a manicure and a massage afterwards and a Brazilian. I don't know what any of those things mean.
You've had a Brazilian wax.
That's the title, and a Brazilian.
What's the wax called where they take that bunny trail hair off the top of my lower back? I need that one.
We're out of our depth.
I know.
I'm just getting warmed up here, folks.
Dude, you did that when you did that Aussie thing. I was like, man, he's cooking now.
Nice. That's way better than mine. Yeah, that's
all right. Try saying this one. Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
Damn, there you go.
I don't
Can you say that, Josh?
Razor blades. What's that one? How's that work again? Razor blades.
Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
The Bobby.
That's from
Bobby Hill. Hank
Dumb
Hill.
and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber, best comedy movie of all time.
So you're saying there's a chance. All right, let's do a title.
Good night, mate.
Okay.
I love the idea of just thinking you could IOU your way through a big old bag of cash. I feel like there's a hobby metaphor in there.
He's like 250 thou. Might want to hang on to that one. The Lambo.
All right, Christina, read some titles, please.
Ask him at the National. Thanks, Federal Reserve. Crypto millionaires who literally do nothing.
Yeah.
Kind of a wonky one. Something here reeks. Really frothy, really bubbling, really hot.
Nice.
Officially the third inning.
That's the one.
And a Brazilian.
Give me the third inning. It's just such a callback to like 5 years of crossover content. That's my vote. Anybody else? I'm not firm on it, but that's my vote.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Christina?
a car. 250 thou. Might want to hang on to that one. John Denver's full of shit.
Third inning works for me.
Well, that was one of the most efficient namings we've ever done. We're going to get out of here after 66 minutes. Nationals coming up, folks. One more crossover before the National.
Maybe.
Or maybe never another crossover again.
Or just come see us at booth 2323. We have half-inch padding.
Thank you.